So we're going to be taking a look at the Raijintek Asterion Classic E80X Aluminium chassis case. This is tempered glass, and this is going to be able to be water cooled internally and externally, and it's on the market for $152.99. Wow, let's take a look.
Oh yeah, did you know that Notcher fans are renowned for their impeccability, quality and outstanding longevity? Oh yeah, like all Notcher fans and Redux Edition models feature an MTBF rating of more than 150 hours. Hang on, that's wrong. 150,000 hours and come with a full 6-year manufacturer's warranty. Oh yeah, check out the description to find out more.
So let's start off with the back of the case. So the back of the case, you can put a 120mm fan or 140mm fan. You can also put push and pull configuration. You can add a rad at the back, which is a 120 or 140, and a 120 or 140 inside externally. You've got 8 expansion slots on the back. You've got thumb screws to remove the bracket for your graphics cards, which is quite hard to get off, but the bracket covers over nicely over the screws after the build is completed. So also you need a screwdriver, so it's not completely toolless. You need a Phillips screwdriver or flathead to go and take the expansion slots out. You also got 4 thumb screws to the back as well, because this is the only way that you're going to be able to mount the power supply. So what you would do, take the 4 screws off, mount the power supply, and then connect the 4 mounted screws on there onto the back, and then you can slide your power supply in the bottom. Also, the bottom does not have a grill at the bottom at all for the power supply. So if you mount it downwards, obviously it's got enough clearance there, probably about 1 centimetre for heat to dissipate at the bottom, depending on how fast your fan's rotating for the power supply. It might not even be moving. But on the front, on this side, you have an actual filter. So I don't know why Raijintek didn't put a filter on the back here, but they put one on the front. But on the front, you're going to use a screwdriver, so you're going to have to use a Phillips or a flathead to take the filter out. So let's go into the side of the case a little bit more. So you can see there's a shroud here. The shroud will fit a 3.5-inch hard drive, mechanical, or it will fit 3 SSDs in the front here. You can also fit 3 3.5-inch drives, or you can put 3 2.5-inch solid state drives in there. Now what I like about these drive caddies is that you've got rubber grommets. So if you're using a mechanical hard drive, you know that there's mechanical bits that are moving in the hard drive. It means there's going to be vibrations. You want that computer to be really silent. So they've added rubber grommets on there that will fit in there, and it will just stop the vibration, and it'll be really nice. Also you can add, well, they add the screws in anyway, which is here in the bag. And you can add your 2.5-inch solid state drives and have them sliding in and out if you wish to do so. So also you've got a standoff on the power supply, but it's not made of rubber or anything like that, so it can be prone to vibrations. But you can just add some sort of pads on the power supply, and it will stop the vibrations if there's any at all. Right, so you can't add a 3.5-inch onto the back because there'll be no space to actually put the tempered glass over. So what they've done, without breaking that, is that you can add a solid state drive onto the back. It would go like that, actually. So, and where's my thing? So I've got my SATA cable and power cable. I could have it feeding from around here and cable managed, but that's where you can put another solid state drive, and the glass, tempered glass will go on there, no problem. So that's pretty cool. So we've got grommet holes on the back of the case, and basically this can keep your cables nice and managed and clean. You've got cable ties where you can tie up your actual cables and make sure they're nice and clean as well. This is obviously from the header, so you can, where your USBs are and stuff like that. It comes with 2 USB 3 connectors, as well as sprouting off the side of USB and sprouting off that side of USB, and an audio on its own, which is HD audio. And then you've got your obviously your connectors for your motherboard, so you can turn it on and hard drive activity and all that sort of stuff. But you can have it all very nice and packed out of the way. You've got these nice little cutouts that you can actually put cables and draw them through from the solid states or the mechanical hard drive. You've got a nice cutout space there to add a retention bracket for the back of the motherboard, which I've got here. So if I just place the motherboard quickly, right, so my standoff will be there, which means you just got enough room for your retention bracket, but my one's a little bit more spread out, so maybe you'll have to actually put the retention bracket on first before you actually connect the motherboard up, because then you can run into problems where you have to take the motherboard all off again and start all over again. So Raijintek should take a look, probably make a little more of a cutout more for your retention bracket to fit on the motherboard. That won't be so bad. You've got, this case also comes with 2 fans on the front here, which is connected by Molex for your power, and then you've got 3 pins connected to them as well, so you can connect this straight to the motherboard, or you can daisy chain them so they all run with PWM as well if you feel that you want to do that. Well, obviously you need to, so they run at the right performance. You've got a nice cutout at the top here for your radiator, so you can put a 240 at the top here or a 280, and it's quite simple to get the top off. This is actually a fan grill as well, so I can just put it off the top, and you can wash this, so that's a honeycomb sort of thing. It can be easily cleaned, and then you can clip it straight back in, which I like about it. So if I was to put a 240 rad at the top, where's the hole? So if I could actually put a 360 in here probably. Put this in that way. Right, so I've got a 360 rad, and you can put a 360 at the top here, a 240 or a 280 at the top, no problem whatsoever. But this radiator that I've got here is pretty thick. I'll leave you a link in the description down below, so you can easily get that thickness radiator in there. That is like, it's about 4 or 5 centimeters thickness, so you can get that in the case, no problem whatsoever. I've got a very thin 240 rad here as well, and you can move this around a little bit more to play with than obviously the 360, but it's still quite cool. Obviously you can see there's gold little standoffs. They're already in the case already to make it all nice and easy for you. You've got rubber inserts there. That's where the actual tempered glass goes on, and it stops it from getting scratched or even cracked or broken, so that's a pretty good idea to actually install in there. So I'm going to turn the case around. We've also got a lovely little looking shroud, obviously, to cover up the power supply. Some people say, why do you want to cover up the power supply? Well, some people don't want to see all their cables that is coming out, especially if they're using not a modular power supply, but they're using one that's already connected to the power supply, and it makes it look pretty messy. So you can hide it with a shroud, and it looks really nice with a tempered glass. As I was saying earlier as well, you can fit solid state drive there and a solid state drive there, and it looks pretty good depending on what solid states you want to show off. And then you've got a retention bracket here, and this is for your radiator. You can put a 360 radiator in here in the front, or a 240. So you've got 2 screws at the back, and then 2 screws at the front here to take the retention bracket off. And you've got to be careful because obviously the fans are connected with the cables, and just prise them out the hole. And that means that I can actually put a radiator and the fans on before I have to install it into the actual case, and it makes it a lot more easier. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to leave that on the side. And then you've got room obviously with the motherboard as well. So if I put the motherboard back in, so that's where my motherboard will be, and that means that I could have water cooling somewhere around here. It gives you plenty to play around with, especially when you've got a radiator there as well, so I can have a rad here and a pump inside the shroud, so that's really quite cool. The clearance of the CPU air cooler, which is 180mm, and this one looks quite fine. Links in the description down below what CPU air cooler that is. Also, graphics card length is up to 340 max. You can't go any further because it won't fit. So on top of the case you'll see 4 USB 3s, which is up to 5 gigabits per second, also reversible back to 1.1 USB as well. You've got a microphone jack and 3.5mm both headphone jack, so it's easy access, especially when you're gaming or you want to take something off with data and stuff. There is no CD or DVD drive in the front, but you can get that also on the Raijintek Asterion Plus case. That has definitely got a DVD slot in there, but it only comes with the acrylic side, so you'll be losing the tempered glass. And it's around the same price anyway. You got a power button here, and then you got the Raijintek logo, and then you got this nice aluminium on the front, which makes it really look really nice with the actual black tempered glass as well, or the tinted glass. So that is about it about this case. To be honest with you, there's not much I really want to talk about too much about the case. I just wanted to let you know that there's a decent case out by Raijintek. They've always been innovative and coming out with new stuff, and it's looking really quite sweet. It's a sweet spot, $152.99 for glass at the front, or glass at the side there, glass at the back, decent cable management. You've got 4 USBs at the top, which are up to 5 gigabits per second, rather being USB 2. You've got 8 expansion slots, great for Sli and Crossfire. You've got external water cooling for outside. Inside, you can put a 360 on the top, 240 on the top, 360 at the top, 120 or 140 at the back as well. For sure I said a 280 as well. You can put a 280 and a 280 at the top. And it just looks really nice. But if you're one of these people that are worried about DVD players, I already said I'll leave a link in the description down below. You can go and check that out. And an easy retention bracket as well to put your radiator and mod it all before you put it all in, so that's really quite cool. If you like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you dislike it, I'm coming for you. I'm not really, but Merry Christmas and all that, because this video will probably be around Christmas time or whatever. But stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.